hiked up to Big Bear Falls. This is really cool. This was about 1.5 miles from my truck, maybe 2 miles. And I gotta walk back, mostly uphill and then downhill. I'm gonna flip the camera. Danny, did you make it up here to Big Bear Falls? I like to bring Jackson up here. He would love it. I saw a big blue heron, but I couldn't get the picture fast enough. He took off, he flew away. He flew in pretty close to me, but then video and pictures don't do this justice. I'm gonna flip it around, show you where the water goes. It goes past this reflective pond. Watch where I'm stepping here. There you go. There's the other side. Here's where the water scoops down around the rock and comes down here past the log and then downstream Jacob Fork River. I didn't know that all the watershed, all the water east of the Continental Divide, east of the Continental Divide, all comes out from Charleston and comes out down in the Atlantic. If you're west of the Continental Divide, then the water comes out into the Gulf of Mexico and Mississippi River. That's what I read today, or the other day. I think I'm going to sit here for a few minutes and hike back to the truck and call it a day. Maybe go to lunch with Mom. Okay, we'll see you later. Love you, Danny. Get a drink. Good evening. It's Sunday night, and it's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. And on this episode, I'm going to show you a couple things I got in the mail. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you all of my Moody Blues collection of LPs and a VHS tape at the very end. Some 45s. I don't have the nice fancy European ones that Michael showed. He did an excellent show. And yeah, I got some solo stuff here to show. And maybe even talk about a couple of the shows that I seen while seeing the Moody Blues. I saw them many times, maybe 4 or 5 times I saw them. So these are the ones that I picked up this week. I got the band Harmonia. This is one of the only albums I didn't have of theirs, and these guys are really good. It's krautrock, and but this is the krautrock that I like. I'm really not liking the stuff that's just instrumental, droney kind of stuff. I just can't get into that. This band is more I don't know how you like more like Genesis or stuff like that. And speaking of Genesis, I picked this one up online. I found this for $5. I remember this when video came out. This album was huge. This is, of course, The Land of Confusion. And yeah, they did those puppets where they had Ronald Reagan and all those people, Margaret Thatcher and stuff. I'm sure everybody out there in VC land have seen that. And then I picked this one up this week here. I got this one in the mail. And of course, this is the 13th Floor Elevators. This one has the stereo and the mono release on it. And I was glad to pick this one up. So that's all I got this week. Plan on making this video short. I have some video from the park, and I was at the park the other day with my daughter's dog. And I'm going to be showing that along with this little short video about Mike Pinder. Mike Pinder, of course, was the keyboard player the original Moody Blues. And he left after the Octave tour. I saw the Octave tour, and I saw that in Hampton Roads, Virginia. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm going from memory now, mental memory. He had stage fright. He didn't like touring on stage, and so he pretty much had given up that after the initial run of the first 7 albums, or you got to go back to the one he did with Denny Lane too. So I guess 8 albums, and then later on, the Moody Blues had took a break. I didn't say broken up, but they took a break, and they all did solo stuff. And then they got back together and did Octave. And that's the tour I saw. The first time I got to see the Moody Blues was on the Octave tour, and that was at Hampton Roads, Virginia. I was in the Navy. I was just a young sailor at the time. And then later on, I seen them in Florida a few times. I remember seeing them with the orchestra with my nephew. We saw the show down there, and I seen them in Lakeland, and I saw them in Daytona Beach with my wife, and I seen them probably 4 or 5 times. I think I saw them in Orlando one time too, at the old arena. So that was, what's that, 4 times? I think I've seen them at least that many times. But anywho, I digress. Is that what Tony says? I digress. We're going to start here. I'm going to go through all my stuff. I'm going to go pretty quick. I've already been like the old goat says. I'm already 4 minutes in. So here's Go Now. And we just lost Denny Lane like 6 months ago. He passed away. And Graham Edge passed away last year. So we're losing all of these people. Justin and John are the younger guys, and they came in later. So that's why they're still around and kicking, and they're still touring. I wish they'd get back together, and I'll show you an album here down the road here. And I'd like to see them do live. This one here is Go Now, and this is the album. That was a big hit for them as a British single, and big here in the States too, I believe. Yep. And then this one here, Days of Future Past. I have several copies of this. This is a copy from Holland of Days of Future Past on the Duran. This one here is a dynamic sound. This one here is Japanese. Days of Future Past. Here's another copy of Days of Future Past. I think this is the German, if I'm not mistaken. This is the German copy. I can't pass these up when I see them, because the Moody Blues albums, nobody really talks about the Moody Blues anymore. But when I go to these record shows and stuff, a lot of their stuff is not real expensive. You know, I've been picking these up for like $15, $20 a piece. Here's a Question of Balance. And this is a Taiwanese press of Question of Balance. Here's a copy of In Search of the Lost Chord. Here's a copy of Super Disc here of On Threshold of a Dream. Here's another copy of Question of Balance, and this is the German copy. I got to put these all back in order. I got them all mixed up. To Our Children's Children. This is a copy, I think it's German. But, and here's a promo copy of Every Good Boy Deserves Favor. It's hard to pick a favorite out of the top 7. You know, those initial 7. Here's a copy of All Good Boys Deserve Favor. I think this is a Holland release or a German, one or the other. This is Seventh Soldier. This is a promo. This is probably my favorite of the 7 albums. I know Michael was saying that Pete Dawson, he was saying that the second album was his favorite. Seven Soldiers is probably my favorite. I think this is where I came in on them. That's probably why. This one here in octave. When I first heard the Moody Blues, I think this was the first album I ever heard of them. Or it might have been octave and then I went back one. I'm not sure. Then I found this here in Florida before I left down there. And this is a Taiwanese box set. Pretty cool, huh? And this one here has got the first 7 albums in it. That's pretty nice. Sorry for all the glare. Okay, now we got a few more here. Here's the Moody Blues, the best of Moody Blues. This is a copy from Holland, I believe. That's getting pretty high here. Here's Caught Live +5. This is, they had a few extra songs and they did some live material and they put it all together in a package. So it was Caught Live +5 songs on side D. And this was when they were getting back together. This was during that period when they had stopped and then they were getting ready to do their solo stuff. And then, of course, here's Octave and Slipping Through the Slide Zone. Yeah, this one here's got the radio play on it. This one here is pretty cool. And it's got the blue vinyl. I mean, the blue inner. Here's the blue vinyl. Here's the Octave here, and this is, I believe, a Canadian pressing, and this one's got the blue. Oh, that one's cool, huh? Yes. And then Out of This World, this is a collaboration, I guess, of different stuff. It's different songs of theirs put together as a combo, like. Then you got a Long Distance Voyager. I remember having this on cassette. I just wore it out. I played it so much. That one and the next one. Then you got This Is the Moody Blues. This is a Japanese press. And then we got Sitting at the Wheel. This is a 12-inch of EP of Sitting at the Wheel, Gemini Dream, and Sorry. This is from the album Present. And here's the album. And that's a famous painting. I used to have a picture of this, but I got from an antique store when I was stationed in Pascagoula, but I since sold it. I don't have it anymore. Or I would show you. This one here, the Moody Blues, Go Now. Another compilation. Here's the Voices in the Sky, the best of the Moody Blues. That boy's got some Moody Blues, huh? How about this one here, Running Out of Love? And this is from The Other Side of Life, the 12-inch. This one here is The Other Side of Life with the hype sticker. And if anybody's looking for Moody Blues stuff, I got a few albums in my store, and my store is on Discogs, and it's Big Chief Vinyl 57. So I got Moody Blues there. If anybody's looking for Moody Blues or any other stuff, I have LPs, CDs, VHS, DVDs, 45s. Here's Sur L'Amour, underrated album. And then they did another album after that one, but I don't have that one. And I'm trying to find it, but it was during the CD era. And I have it on CD, but I didn't pull it to show you. But trying to think of the name of their last album. Well, it wasn't their last album because they did a couple more after that. But I have them on CD. I don't have them on vinyl. And I'm only showing my vinyl. Here's Mike Pinder's album, The Promise. This is a good album. Mike Pinder. He made several other stuff too. But again, that's all stuff on CD probably. Graham Edge, the drummer. He did a couple albums. Here's the other one. The album covers are pretty cool. And Paradise Ballroom and Kick Off Your Muddy Boots. And he did these albums with a guy named Adrian Gervais. I think Adrian Gervais was a guitar player, if I'm not mistaken. I've listened to these before, and it's something that's just like one and done. I just not really that interested. Now, these here are very interesting because these albums here have been played a lot in my lifetime. Ray Thomas, Hopes, Wishes, and Dreams. This is a promo, but the promo sticker was all messed up. And this one here is signed by Ray Thomas. And you can see it there. I found this at a shop for like $3. And I didn't realize it was signed by Ray. I just saw the promo sticker in the cutout, and I said, "Oh man, I gotta have that." And then I saw when I got home, I saw the autograph on there. And here's from Mighty Oaks. These albums are great. And I seen this copy of this in Harvest Records, I think, when I was over there for $3. You can pick these up so damn cheap, and they're so good. Okay, and then we have Justin Hayward. This is The War of the Worlds. And this is the special radio edition. And of course, this is the album of Forever Autumn that he did. Ooh, getting tired here. John Lodge, Natural Avenue. This is John Lodge's solo album. As I said, when they took that break, they all came out with albums. Kind of like Genesis did. A lot of bands did that. Yes did that. A lot of bands did solo stuff. It was a way for them to keep going with the band and make it fresh. And then this is a good album. It's not something I play a lot, but it's a good album. It's a nice promo on the London label. And Justin Hayward. These are some of his albums. I have some stuff on CD too. This, of course, is the Blue Jays. It's probably my favorite of everything. I love this album. I would love to see them two get back together and do some of this stuff material here before it's too late, because we only have the two of them left. So, yeah, Justin Hayward and John Lodge, Blue Jays. Then we have Justin's album, The Songwriter. Another great album. I love that song, Nostradamus. And then we got The Night Flight. Another great album. I think these are all like, you can pick these up in most charity shops and stores for like $5. This one here, you ain't gonna find hardly. This one here I had on CD. I've since sold my CD. And I guess the CD was pretty rare because I did pretty good on it. But I ended up finding this one in Mad Jack's Records here near Charlotte. And Moving Mountains. This is a really good album. I never thought I'd ever see this. Like, this was during the CD era. So there weren't very many of these pressed. And this is from Canada. Canada was still making records during the late 80s through all the 90s and then into the early 2000s. So that's that. That's all of those. Now, sticking with me? You got 15 minutes in. We'll try to get these done quick. I'm going to show you my 45s real quick. Here's I know you're going to love this one. Blue guitar, Justin Hayward and John Lodge. Isn't that cool? That's nice. That's nice. And then we got Nights in White Satin, Duran. We got Question and Candle of Life. We have Isn't Life Strange? And then the B-side is After You Come, or After You Came. Isn't Life Strange? And then I have The Voice. This is from Long Distance Voyager. It's a cool cover. That album cover is really cool. It's like real old-timey, like 1800s and stuff. And then you look into the sky and there's a satellite up there. Here's a picture disc from that album. Talking Out of Turn. Great album. With Mr. Patrick Moraz was with them then. And then they had a falling out. Another dysfunctional band. The Present. Sitting at the Wheel, Going Nowhere. This is From the Other Side of Life. Your Wildest Dreams. The Other Side of Life. The one Michael showed with blue vinyl. The Other Side of Life. I'll show it myself. Got the blue vinyl. And then this one here I picked up. I Know You're Out There Somewhere. And this is the album I don't have. This is Sur le Mur. Is this the one I don't have? I think this is the one I don't have. 1988. So that is it. Rest in peace, Mike Pinder. You're going to be missed. I'm sure you're horribly missed by your family, and I'm going to be missed by me. I love the Moody Blues. Been a long time fan, and I try to listen to them as much as I can. Top 5 band for the picker, and we'll be talking to you soon. Clocking in now at 17 minutes. I've just been chatting and chatting and chatting. We'll see you soon. I'm going to try to get out there this week and get some stuff. We'll see what I bring in for next week. Support them troops if you can, and we'll be talking to you soon. North Carolina Vinyl Picker, I'm out.